Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus here, back in the library. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. Today, we're going to be in Zarathustra's ancient text, Song 4. And do you guys believe that, before I even start this, do you believe heaven on earth is possible? Or do you kind of already have in your mind what the world religions have taught, that you have to have the good and the bad, you have to have peace and war, right? You can't enjoy health if you're not diseased sometimes. Do you believe that? Then go ahead and just skip this video. Turn me off, because this is completely different than that. This prophet had an idea that a perfectly good God could only make a perfectly good world, and that it's available to us all right now, and we can actually step into it, my friends, in these different quantum realms just by aligning our frequency, that you step into a different timeline. And my God, every day when I come here and say, Magus here, another beautiful day in Asha, I live it, my friends. I can't even describe to you how blessed I am, how every day is a gift. And I come every day trying to impart this to you. Will you believe it? This short little teaching, will you open your heart and just know this is the reality? This is the capital R real, that Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea, is the only thing that could come from his perfect mind. And we're going to hold that frequency, and you will step into it today if you choose. Verse 1 says, the Magi teach unheard words to those who destroy the world with their doctrines. My friends, they remove Asha from their world. That's why you see people, they're depressed, they're diseased, they're miserable. The world is warring. Even their gods get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. Everything about their life and world is tainted. My friends, Zoroaster means pure light, undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. My friends, can you believe big enough? Can you dream big enough to think, to be so wild in your belief that you could possibly think God is just good? My friends, if you will do that, if you'll restore God's image, you'll be amazed at what happens. Verse 3 says, the happiness you grant has been promised. It's a promise. Matter of fact, it's already there. You can step into that timeline with your frequency. And Zarathustra says, through the fire of Asha. The Magi, they keep a fire burning 24/7, and not just in their temples in form and fire, but in their hearts, in their spirit. They become Asha. To know Asha, it's that union where the two become one. You become the fire, my friends, that burns out the lie and illusion. You become a love so powerful that hate, fear, greed, disease, distress, those low frequencies, they can't come into your atmosphere. You become Harvatat, the spirit of health, where when you walk into a diseased room full of sick people, that sickness and disease dies because you are their spirit of Harvatat. My God, it's a Meritat. My friends, it's that spirit of God that you become one with. A Meritat, where when you walk into a room, the atmosphere, there's a shift. People feel a shift. God just walked in to the room. Can you dream that big? Verse 4 says, when Asha is to be invoked, the wise lords will be with their reward. Zarathustra says, I seek through Vohumana, powerful dominion. My friend, you'll find you get really powerful when you join the order of the Magi. You start to realize the shift. And you realize the shift is you. My friends, well, you could walk into hell, and it isn't hell anymore because you were there. You brought the light. You brought the love. You brought the God. Verse 6 says, the best come to the wise person who will propagate my word of Asha. He will be granted wholeness, immortality, divine dominion. You share Zarathustra's word. That's how he said you become a Zoroastrian. I know there's all these rituals these days people like to do. They put on white and they recite and they tie knots and strings and they actually drink some cow urine. And yuck. My friends, Zarathustra, the prophet himself, said, you want to be a part of the Magi that were, are, and shall be? Share my message. Share it by becoming one with it. Where your very life shares my message, because you become Asha. And also use your mouth. My friends, tell people, speak Asha. Tell people about Asha. Tell people, hey, you've heard wrong. God doesn't get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. He's just good. My friends, speak it. Speak it with your very life and your mouth and your actions and your thoughts. You got to become Asha. Verse 21, Ahura Mazda grants wholeness. That's Harvatat. You become it. Can I teach on this just for 1 second? Everything you want comes from two things. It comes from Vohumana, which here in the West we'd call the Christ mind. It's the God mind in the Avestan that's inside of you, that divine spark. If you will live from that Christ mind, what is the word of the Christ? You and God are one. No separation. You've seen me, you've seen the loving Father, like Jesus said. If you do that, and then you hold the word, right? Verily, verily, I say unto you, he who holds my word has God life, meritat, immortality, wholeness, divine dominion. Two things. Vohumana, the God mind, you live from that and attuning yourself to that original word. The original word is all good comes from the Creator. No evil comes from him. From this original word, your spiritual world, your energy, your frequency is made right, and the material world comes into order. Asha rushes to you. Asha appears before your eyes. My friends, when you attune to those two things, then you are given everything. Last verse says, these principles are clear to the beneficent person who works for the realization of Vohumana and dominion and serves Asha with his words and actions. For that man, Asha is actualized. Pure spirit grants wholeness, immortality, abundance. Everything you're searching for will come from that. Will you restore God's image? I know the world religions have said he gets angry, jealous, hate, well, all that nonsense. Ridiculous books, ridiculous stories, calling that God. That ain't good. There's a divine spark in you that knows the difference from good and bad, right and wrong. If you have to go get a doctorate in theology and take apologetic courses to justify the horrors and murder and just brutality of your God, you got the wrong God. The original God was just love and peace and kind and good, and he made a world that resembles that. That's the baseline, just good. My friends, and there's an evolution where it gets better and better and better. My friends, you don't have to be sick to know that feeling good is better than that. You don't have to go to war to know you enjoy peace. You can feel good, feel peace, and then even feel more good and more peace. That's how we judge here at the Order of the Magi. And it's a good way. And that's why we all say every day, Asha is. That's our reason to believe. That's where the Magi magic comes from. Asha is. The only thing that could come from his perfect mind. I love you guys. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor. Subscribe, hit that like button, and share this message. Like Zarathustra was saying, you want to become a part of the Magi, you share the message with what you are and with your mouth. And maybe even hitting that little share button on your video there. All right, guys, you know this. Your Magus loves you.